First of all, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you are filling your bellies with all sorts of yummy food, like turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, all that good stuff. But usually on Thanksgiving, I know a lot of people on Twitter and different gaming sites, they always talk about what games they're thankful for. For me, I have a hard time with that list because isn't that basically the same list I would have for what my favorite games are? Because of course I'd be thankful for my favorite games because they're awesome. So I'm going to try to make this list a little differently. So I would have to say, when I think of a game I'm most thankful for, the first thing that comes to mind is usually Mario 64. That game was probably the first game that actually wowed me. Even little Raychul running around playing her N64, the Mario 64, it blew my mind, basically. It was like our first game where we had an open world feeling and those type of the first 3D Mario game. And it was just so cool. You know, running and chasing the bunny rabbits and jumping through the pictures to go through the different worlds. And all the different worlds had different ways of beating each way. Like there was different finishing qualities that you could do. And you can go back and finish it a different way or sometimes take a little different path. Or even the same world that you just played through, when you play through it again to finish it a different way, things were laid out a little bit differently. The whole scope of the game was amazing. And although, you know, I'd been gaming for years before, the N64 as a console as a whole really just kind of, you know, solidified me as a gamer. If I was a mini gamer before, it was the N64 that really turned me into the hardcore gamer that I am. And most of it is thanks to Mario 64. Another game that I think of when I say what I'm thankful for in a game comes to mind is BioShock 1. BioShock 1, the story in it was probably one of the first stories of that kind. It wasn't a very simple story. And it wasn't just a basic, you know, a lot of video game stories are very, very basic. And BioShock was the first one that I would say had, like, film quality story. And on top of that, it also had great voice acting. I mean, the game made us fall in love with Atlas, this character that we never met. We only were speaking to him, and just through the different types of radio contact we had with him, we trusted him, we loved him, and we really just kind of put everything into this one character. So, I mean, it's a little late for spoilers, so if you haven't played it yet and I spoil it, I'm sorry, but and then the fact when it turns on you, and he was actually using you, and Sadie's doing something, but he was actually using you and taking advantage of you, and he wasn't even who he said he was, and everything he had told you to make you trust him and believe him about his family and everything was all a lie, just to mess with your mind. Was all of us, every gamer that played BioShock took it personally. It wasn't just some silly little, you know, twist in the story. We all took it personally because we were emotionally invested in the game, in the story, and in Atlas as being our friend. So when all that changed, you know, it really took us all by surprise. And BioShock, I think, was the first, and maybe even one of the only games so far that has affected me so emotionally for that one twist. Because we hadn't had a game really turn around and kind of bitch slap us like BioShock 1 did. So in story terms, I have to thank BioShock. And then the last part of games I'm thankful for is definitely Uncharted 2. I always viewed video games as being, you know, really pretty and great graphics, but I never really considered them like art until Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2's environments and their vistas and even their character art were just gorgeous. And no, I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with Nathan Drake. I'm actually saying that because of the environments. Uncharted 2 was the first game that I ever actually would sit there and just stand perfectly still and just pan the camera around and just look at the beautiful surroundings. First game that I ever did that at. And, yeah, Uncharted 2's graphics were the best I think we've ever seen. It just changed my whole outlook on video game artwork and video game graphics. You know, like I said before, I just thought graphics were a plus to a video game. But Uncharted 2 really changed that for me and made me look at video games as more of an art piece than just a controllable movie. And that's my list for the 3 games I'm most thankful for this year. To do a little recap, I talked about most thankful for the gameplay of Super Mario 64, thankful for the story and the character development in BioShock 1, and definitely thankful for the gorgeous graphics in Uncharted 2. I hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving, and make sure you put down in the comments, even if it's after Thanksgiving, what games you are thankful for this year and why. And of course, if you looked at my list, they don't have to have come out this year. But I can't have a thankful for video without saying I am most thankful for everything about you guys. You guys are awesome. I love my YouTube viewers, and I love everybody that even follows me past that on Twitter and Facebook and Justin TV and everybody who watches my stuff on Got Game. You guys are awesome. I totally love each and every one of you, and I love getting to know you guys through Twitter and meeting a lot of you through conventions and stuff. You guys are such a cool group of people that I am honored to call you guys friends. So, all that mushy stuff out of the way, let's get back to Skyrim and have a great Thanksgiving. Bye, guys.